Hey y'all. Um, Good morning. Good Sunday morning. Um, it's been a unusual morning for me, so I thought I'd share a few things with you. One of them being that I started last night. I'm not even sure. Oh, I know. I watched a video by Jason A. And somebody said, "Wonder who that preacher is that was in his video." And so I found him, and I think you'll really like him. And I made a playlist, and of one in particular, which I don't remember the name. I'll go back and put it across the bottom so you'll know what the name of it is. It's 6 videos. And I started watching it last night and finished watching it this morning because I woke up at 5:30 a.m. and it was really cold because I had run out of propane. So I went outside and to switch the propane tanks over, which means you close one and you open the other. And I cannot get the other one open for some reason. So I'm gonna take you out there with me, and we'll see what happens, and show you what I do when I change propane. So that way you'll know if you want to just stop watching here, because I'm gonna do that. So while I'm watching these videos, I was busy doing something that a friend said. Oh man, I spent one day I was only on the phone with a friend and then my daughter. And by the time I was done, I was still in my pajamas, and it was like 5 p.m. I was like, there's no point in changing now. I think that was Friday. So anyway, this is what I've been busy doing. She said that apparently it's really in fashion to wear those for the millennials. They like the little crocheted flowers. And the Crochet by the Sea channel has inspired me to crochet, because I can crochet, but what I can't do is follow a pattern. I'm not good at it at all. And I also have this thing in my brain that if I want to make something that, especially if I want to maybe try to sell it, because I haven't done that in a while. It's a long story. I used to have an Etsy shop. And so anyway, I thought, well, maybe I could do that. And I want to make my own pattern, because I don't want to copyright on somebody. So I did, and I redid, and then I did it. And that's what I love about crochet. When you rip it out, you rip out one stitch at a time. You don't have to knitting is entirely different. And so I wanted to show you the ones I made, and I'm going to list them somewhere, but here's one. Pretty little pink. And see, it's got a little button. So there's one. I designed it. So I guess you could wear it for a pin. Put it on your hat. Oh, look, it looks like bunny ears. Let's see. Put it on your hat. Maybe this side. There we go. Put it on your hat. Stitch it down. Ta-di-da. As my grandson Isaac says. He doesn't say, well, he might now, but when he was little, he would say ta-di-da. So here's another one. Now this one, it looks simple, but do you see that? Look at that crystal. It's what's some fancy ones? I never could say it. Swarovski or something. It's actually a little earring. See, here's how big it is. It's not as big. And you can attach it to your hat. Or on this side. And then the third one is just a little tiny one. Little tiny one with a button. So it's very simple. So see how big it is. So here's comparison. See. So for the little ones, little simple one. And apparently they sew them on jean jackets and that kind of stuff. So this was, and they kind of went in this order. I started with the pink one. I started with this. Oh, this one had, yeah, I showed you the button. So I started with this one. These are vintage buttons that someone gave me a whole box of them. So it's got vintage buttons, and this one has a real, now there's nothing on the back. So you can stitch it, or you can attach I figured that way they could make a pin out of it, or they could make a barrette out of it and wear it in their hair. Oh, look, wear it in their hair. And so anyway, this one's vintage button too, but real simple. So you got simple and elaborate and fancy dancy. So the other thing, I was sitting here trying to do this in the morning after I had gotten up, and I pulled out my electric coffee pot because I needed my coffee and I had no propane to heat water. And so I made coffee, and then I remembered a friend had given me a little tiny heater. It's 200 watts. And so I plugged it in, and that's, okay, I'm sitting here and I was like, what is that? It was my breath. That's how cold it was in here. That's when I dug this out. I spotted it the other day. I've been cleaning things out and giving some things away, and I'm going to send some things to my daughter for her to put up on eBay. And so I remembered seeing this because I had also given a bunch of stuff away. And when I saw this, I was like, maybe I'll hold that for backup. I am so glad I did, because it kept me from, like, oh man, I was just freezing in here. Because it was like, I looked at the temperature at one point. It was 37 degrees about that time. And which means, and I didn't look after that, because the temperature goes down. And once, and a lot of people don't realize this, once the sun actually tops the hills or whatever, the temperature will drop near like 2 degrees right as it's coming up over the horizon. And so it was cold. So now I'm going to take you into the yard. Hey, I say yard, it's not really yard. It's, well, yeah, it's my yard, but I'm also going to take you on the side of the trailer and show you that. Oh my goodness, it's so bright. And it is warmer out here than it is inside. Okay, so here's the yard. And look at these pretty, these are, I guess what you call cacti skeletons that I picked up in the desert. And I don't know if you can see it with the shadows, but there's a cat there. He's made out of metal and with my green rocks. And I trimmed a tree branch so that I could have an awning for the summer. And over here are the propane tanks. And I'm going to let you watch. I'm actually adjusting the tripod. I should have done that before. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I've not done it this way before. I don't know if you can see me. And these are my gloves. Oh, maybe I'm too close. I don't know. Here. So, I'm going to try to open it again. Big wrench. And the wind's blowing. Okay, it won't work. So, I'm going, probably too windy. I don't know if you can hear me. Anyway, I'm going to take that propane tank off, the other one, and go get it filled. I did it. Okay, I don't know what that looks like. I guess I'll see when I get in. Okay, it might be too windy out here. That's one reason I don't record, because it's almost always windy. So anyway, sitting in my rocker outside in the sun, and it's still a little chilly, and I still have things to do, so I will link that playlist for you. So if you want some good teaching on a Sunday afternoon, you'll have it. So I love y'all.